Once upon a time, in a serene suburban neighborhood lined with white picket fences and perfectly manicured lawns, a peculiar character made a rather grand entrance. Draped in a regal purple robe and sporting a blue hockey mask, he was known amongst the locals simply as the Virgin Man. His mission was clear, in his mind at least, to eradicate all forms of sexual stuff corrupting the youth, and he had found his latest target. His mission took him to the doorstep of an infamous pop culture icon, the beloved and sometimes notorious angry video game nerd. The nerd was often found ranting about poorly designed games in his cluttered basement. The nerd's critiques were colorful, and his metaphors sometimes more risque than the Virgin Man could be. Determined to deliver justice, Virgin Man marched up to the nerd's house. The door creaked open. Inside was the nerd, surrounded by stacks of classic video games, cameras, and wires tangled like a player's spaghetti. He was in the middle of shouting profanities at a pixelated plumber when Virgin Man made his presence known. "What's this?" More sexual dribble. Virgin Man boomed, his voice muffled through the blue hockey mask. The nerd paused his tirade, staring curiously at the intruder. "Ass face, it's just a game review." "Chill out," he smirked, unfazed by the outlandish costume. But Virgin Man was having none of it. These games reviews are sin. They poison minds. And therefore, nerd, you shall face righteous vindication. A comedic chase ensued, the nerd dodging around towers of cartridges and dusty electronics. Virgin Man attempted to pad down futuristic justice with his cape flapping melodramatically. Their skirmish ended with a slapstick resolution rather than the intended dire punishment. The Virgin Man, tripping over a tangled controller, ended up sitting on a collection of Nintendo classics. As controllers and cartridges scattered far and wide, the nerd simply couldn't watch all those classics get destroyed, helping him back on his feet. Next time, the nerd yelled, "Stick to minding your fucking business," and punched the Virgin Man who just dusted off his robe. Then the Virgin Man, in a fit of rage, grabbed all of the Nintendo classics and shoved them up the ass of the angry video game nerd, along with old-school Atari games and Sega Genesis, and many others. After the torture was over, the Virgin Man killed the